Hey everyone! In this video we're going to be watching a replay submitted by a SkillCap subscriber on our website. This game is from our series on how to properly use teleport as a marksman as a part of our system where subscribers submit their play to be later reviewed. There's a few common mistakes that happen when players run teleport. These mistakes are playing too aggressive, playing too defensive, thinking you have heal, and misusing teleport. With that said, let's hop right into the game. This game is from Mr. Fantastic, who's playing Vayne in Bronze 5 with a Zyra support against Lucian and Blitzcrank. So before hopping directly into this, there's going to be a lot of commentary here that's going to be aimed at pinpointing the areas of the game that Fantastic can get a lot of value out of. We're going to be watching out for the common mistakes people have while running teleport, but when you're in Bronze, there's some things that are super easy to improve that can skyrocket you in terms of rank. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's start this thing off. Fantastic starts with a really quick leash for his jungler, and it would have been nice to stay a bit longer, maybe 3 or 4 seconds longer. The problem with leaving super early is that your support isn't leaving with you, so you'll be disjointed as you enter the lane. We can see that Blitzcrank is already in lane, which means Lucian's in lane too, and there's a really easy play they can make on Fantastic here if he steps up for minions as he enters the lane. So as Vayne comes in for minions, there's just one thing Blitz has to do that will win the lane for him and Lucian. If Blitzcrank moves up and autos you with Lucian moving forward at the same time, it's going to be extremely painful. This can be avoided by leashing for a little bit longer, or instead telling your support to come with you a bit earlier. As we can see, Vayne is now chunked to half. Blitzcrank should have gone for this even earlier, which would have ended up with Vayne taking a ton of damage without Zyra even being there to fire back. That said, neither of these initial highlights are related to Summoner Spell's choice. Even if heal was taken here for Vayne, she'd be in the same tricky spot, and heal would simply act as a band-aid for a bigger overall play problem. This is a great dodge on the Lucian Q though. And while there's a lot of things happening on the screen, we're going to be focused on what Vayne individually could be doing better. After being chunked this low, it's definitely time to pop your potion, as Lucian and Blitzcrank will hit level 2 after these 3 minions. The priority here should be to drink your potion, clear these blue minions out, back off if needed, and to remember that you aren't running heal. The gap between autos is really telling. We say that because it's the type of pause that signals that there isn't very much thought going into where the character should be moved. Vayne can't win against Lucian in the 1v1 fight due to health disparities, and with there being very few minions until level 2, it's imperative that Vayne either starts to immediately back off, or commit fully to damaging these creeps. Level 2 has gone off on both sides without a hitch, but that potion still needs to be popped. Ideally, combining the healing from that potion along with avoiding more fights for now should last Vayne in this rough matchup until she's able to base for her first item and teleport back. While the teleport doesn't give you additional combat stats or effectiveness, it gives you a reset button on the lane and any mistakes that you've made so far. And even though it is a great way to dig yourself out of a hole, you want to be using it as a pressure tool instead of a last resort. Anyhow, this death is a continuation of these same themes. This is also a result of over-aggression by stepping too far forward. Overall, we're going to file this under over-aggression, forgetting you aren't running heal, and a continuation of an earlier mistake. This situation is what you want to avoid having to use your teleport for. Something we're noticing a lot of is that Mr. Fantastic is missing CS while he's trying to stay mobile. It's great that he's being active and moving around, since that helps you avoid getting hit by skill shots and it allows you to better react to things that could catch you off guard otherwise. But when there's nobody else in your lane and you aren't in danger of those things, here's what you can do. First, stand somewhere around your caster minions. Then, press S to hold your character into place. This could be a different hotkey for you, but we set it to S for stop. Then, after your character stops, all you have to do is click the minion at the right time. This is a really quick and easy 3-step routine that will help you improve your last hitting efficiency dramatically if it's something that you struggle with. As Lucian and Blitzcrank get back into lane, this is the perfect time to engage on them and really fight. Even though they've already gotten a kill on Vayne, this is a fight that she can absolutely destroy. This is because of 3 reasons. First, Vayne has a level lead against both of these guys since the XP is still trapped in these living red minions. Second, this minion wave represents multiple champions worth of auto attack damage per second. Third, Blitzcrank is completely useless when you have minions between you and him, so this is practically a 3v1 when considering allied minions. With these things in mind, Vayne should do the following. First, clear out the blue casters, then hit Lucian as much as possible, and finally, at the point where she's almost at the turret range, she can then back off. And that's it. If she does these things, given that this is low bronze, there's a strong chance that she'll completely destroy this trade, and maybe even kill one of them. Instead, there's a couple auto attacks from Fantastic, but he wasn't able to recognize the opportunity in front of him, and he missed out on a key opportunity to push these two out of lane. Backing off to ward here, however, is great though. This is exactly what we like to see. When you start the push over the halfway point in the lane, it's important to set up vision in the river. Spotting Evelynn in the river is great information, and it informs the next play that Vayne should make. When you have a jungler who isn't close enough to immediately gank you, and there's a minion wave advantage on your side, you can put more pressure on the minion wave in order to keep the minion damage advantage on your side in case a 2v3 fight breaks out. In the early laning phase, minions can easily match the damage of one whole champion. Now, this of course assumes that your Zyra doesn't go and get hooked to her death. The second Zyra gets hooked here, you have to either immediately disengage, or if you're close enough, use Condemn on Blitz so that Zyra has a chance to escape. Unfortunately, either due to an unfamiliarity of his setup or a simple misclick, Fantastic went too far forward and got chased down. This was a pretty rough lane to play and watch, but there are some key things that happened that if handled differently could have completely changed the outcome that Fantastic faced. Had he had a few more seconds leashing at the start of the game, he would have arrived to lane at the same time as Zyra. Even though he didn't arrive at the same time as Zyra, seeing that Blitzcrank and Lucian were already in lane before he has his support available signals that he needed to stay defensive until his support was done leashing. In lane, a critical error that he had was over-aggression, and we think Fantastic might have been forgetting that he had teleport instead of heal. Because of his low health from earlier, it would have been wise to pop his remaining potion, or to recall and reset with teleport. Overall, the key things that we'd like Fantastic to look out for as improvements are as follows. Try to be more conscious about where you're moving your champion. Use the stop command between last hits so that you can focus on where to CS next. Don't be afraid to push your advantages when you have level leads, health leads, or minion leads. And respect your opponents when they have these types of leads as well. If you follow these, you'll find yourself winning tons of games purely off of laning phase. And well, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.